Hey, what's up? So this was it. This was the best match that I had in the second beta weekend. The only one where I actually got over 50 kills. And believe me, I was grinding to get into these NATO matches, but so many were just ending in really one-sided, like early games where I'm only getting like 30, maybe 30 kills, and then the game ends. I'm getting right into it. So I took a rocket right off that first pass, which is never good. Looks like there was a guy who didn't like pilots right at the beginning of lobbies, which happens. And you'll notice I took that rocket even though I flared. And that's because I was basically too close to the guy that shot the rocket. And even popping the flares, the rocket's just going to hit you through. That's happened to me a few times that I've noticed. So what I've been doing to counteract that is pop my flares a little bit early. So not just waiting for the incoming, but if I'm going to be making a low pass especially, I just pop it early, right when I see the locked on. Just pop it and then afterburner and try to get as far away as you possibly can. And that should help prevent taking those rockets through the flares. The other thing is, if you do get hit, try not to panic and go for a long extended heal to get fully back. Just resume doing your normal bombing runs, and after 1 or 2 passes, you'll be back to full health, and you won't have to spend all that downtime repairing back to 100%. And now I know C is a very good farming ground. There's lots of players just hanging around over there, so I'm just rinsing and repeating, dropping bombs there, and at least picking up a couple almost every time. And then always taking these opportunities to look behind you and look out for the other jet, because I never saw him on that first pass. So just trying to keep an eye out. You do not want to let the other jet get on your tail, and there he is. I see him, so why don't I take the opportunity to get on his tail? It is unfortunate someone tried to lock on, and that kind of delays my my uptime, because I'm not going to just be flying over the battlefield and get locked on again once I'm out of flares. So just be patient, fly up over the mountains where no one can lock onto you. Keep that eye out for him, and then once flares are back, you can re-engage. And he is off to the left there, but this sets up nicely for me to do my own little bombing run before I engage with him. Again, just trying to maximize uptime. It would have been nice to rearm here, but if I'm actively hunting either the enemy jet or helicopter, I try not to worry about it too much, because usually by the time you kill either the jet or the helicopter, you'll have 1 bomb back, so you can kind of just restart the cycle again once the skies are clear. So it's just generally much better to be disciplined and clear out the enemy air vehicles and then resume your bombing cycle. So here, this guy's basically just dead to rights. That's 1 jet down. There is a helicopter lurking around somewhere. So I'll be keeping an eye out for if an opportunity presents itself to kill that. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep bombing. And so far, this lobby has been setting itself up really, really well. No team has really taken too much control of the map yet. Which means if that continues, then it's just more time to farm kills. Not sure how those bombs missed there, but I have noticed the bombs seem to behave weird if there's like slight elevation changes or like little pieces of terrain in the way. Even if bombs feel like they're going to land square on someone, a lot of times you just don't get the kill, and I don't know exactly why, but my suspicion is the terrain. Here I see a tank moving through. Clearing out the enemy tanks is one of the best things you can do as a jet for your team. The downside is, though, if you clear out all of the enemy tanks, you're basically setting your team up to take complete map control and then wipe the game and end it super early. So in a weird way, if you're going for like a high kill count, you probably actually don't want to be hard targeting the enemy tanks too much. Right here, I just know C has been really good so far. Only get 1 kill there, but hey, I'll take it. At least we're making the number go up. And again, you're just taking the opportunity to look for their jet. Should be about time for it to spawn up. And sure enough, there it is. And I think in the last video I said it's a 60-second spawn timer. It is actually, in fact, a 90-second spawn timer. So every time you kill the jet, that's going to give you basically 90 seconds of free time to just roam around, fly around the map. Obviously, you still want to be careful about the enemy helicopter and other stingers and stuff, but those are much easier to manage, and you don't have to be as paranoid about keeping an eye out for the jet sliding in on your 6, because the jet can kill you so fast. Team is doing a pretty good job spotting for me. I wasn't able to rearm in the enemy territory, which is kind of a funny thing to say in the first place, but that is one of the bugs. The NATO side, if you didn't know, I kind of touched on it last time. The NATO side can rearm on both sides of the map. The Pax Armada side, which is the enemy team in this game, cannot rearm ever. So here you see how the air-to-ground missile locked onto that random buggy, or switched off of the tank, which is what I wanted to shoot, but it swapped over to that random buggy. That's one of the big issues I have with the air-to-ground missile. It makes it really frustrating to use sometimes. It can still be really good if you can single out an enemy vehicle, but yeah, very frustrating when it swaps like that. Team is doing a really good job spotting for me, so I'm just seeing the little diamonds, and I'm going to go in for a bombing run. And nice little casual 7-piece right there. To be honest, I had no idea there were that many people there. Sometimes you just drop those bombs and you get a nice little surprise in the form of 7 kills, which we take those all day. Seeing if we can go in for another run. But you'll see we caught a glimpse of the other jet right at the top of our screen there, so let's peel off and clear those skies again. I thought about trying to line up a shot on the helicopter here, but with someone locking on and kind of a tough angle, so just gave up on it. And also kind of lost the jet. Someone's trying to lock onto me, so I'm just going to fly up into the mountains, break line of sight, and try to reset, see if we can get eyes on this jet again. And I did see him off to our left there. There he is. So just going to slide in right behind him. And very easy shot to line up. Again, I suspect a lot of the beta players that are flying jets are doing it very casually. They're not psychotic like me, who's been grinding it for, I don't know, how many, 30, 40 hours over the course of the beta. So a lot of people haven't even fixed their controls yet. I think once the main game launches, you're probably going to be running into a lot more jet demons, so that's something I kind of got to be prepared for. But right now, definitely taking advantage of people kind of not knowing what they're doing. See if we can get a cheeky kill on this buggy. Guess not. Looks like someone got out. And you see that helicopter right above? That's definitely on our side of the map, which is a little bit frightening. And I know someone was trying to lock onto me. I don't know if that was the helicopter or someone else. Either way, I'm just trying to get out because I don't have my flares up. Using that ravine to break line of sight. But the fact that that helicopter is being that aggressive makes me want to get rid of it. So I'm definitely hard targeting it right now. And there's the helicopter gone. Let's see what else there is. What other opportunities are available on the map? I see a tank over at B, which I would recommend. If you've been noticing me pulling up the map, I would recommend binding that to something that's accessible. I'm not seeing it on my lock-ons, but there's definitely people there, so drop a couple bombs. Let's see if we can get something. Nothing there, but I am still seeing those diamonds still. Quick look behind me. Don't see the enemy jet. I'm going to try to line up on B, because I don't like being back-capped, but there I saw their enemy jet. Definitely have those, like the spidey senses when it's been about 90 seconds. You kind of get better about understanding when a jet should be available. But just like that, it is gone again for another 90 seconds. Let's see if we can get another run in on B. That lock-on was just a buggy, so don't care about that. And then that tank on C used the smoke, so I just ended up dropping bombs on it. Didn't get anything. I took some shots from the enemy AI C-Ram, which is there just to guard. It's on both sides of the map in the spawn zone just to protect the spawns. I was trying to resupply on their side of the map, but again, couldn't get it to work. I found their resupply zone is a lot harder to to get than our side, but maybe I'm just used to the NATO side a lot more. Yeah, there's a helicopter up again, but I'm still seeing so many of those diamonds on B, so try to drop more bombs there. And we'll take one. Someone around E or F was shooting rockets at me, so just try to get some distance. Let my flares replenish. And then re-engage. Looks like B is taken care of. There's the helicopter again. Don't get a great shot at it, but fly around. Again, just always looking for opportunities. Is my team spotting anyone? Is the helicopter lining itself up for me? What can I be doing to farm kills? There, try to drop a bomb on that little tower on F, but it can be kind of hard to hit sometimes. But sometimes you'll get multiple kills because people, usually recon players, like to hide up there. And the enemy jet should be available, so looking behind myself. And did you hear that? That jet sound? You'll only hear that if the other jet is flying nearby. So that kind of clued me in. He's actually right there. Let's get rid of him. And again, I can't aim left and right. I can't yaw with my mouse, so that's why my aim looks all shaky. But once you do line it up, you can still get kills pretty quick. (26-0) so far at about the midway point of the game. And I'm actually really liking that the enemy team has 4 points to our 2. Because you'll see it has become a little bit unbalanced. 700 points to 500 points. I'm totally okay with the other team taking some tickets because I'm trying to farm in this game. And it looks like C has become a good farming ground again. So just looking for those opportunities to keep stacking those kills. And C is looking really good. And just one there. That was kind of a tricky angle. Could have been better about that, but we'll take that one. And when you can just restock like this, it's not a big deal at all. You can just be doing this bomb cycle really, really fast. I do like to kind of target this little tower. Like there. I think that, what is that, 5 kills? Yeah, it's another 5-piece. So I've had a 7-piece and a 5-piece. And that's just 12 basically free kills in about an instant. Get a few of those and you're going to be stacking a whole lot of kills in a game. No kills on that run, but I never actually saw any players there, so I was kind of just hoping. Did damage one, but I'm looking for kills. And it looks like our team is pushing on C, so that's going to take that away. And other jet is up again. Let's see if we can line up on him. Bit of an awkward angle, so just loop around and reset. And I think he just slammed into the wall, so we're clear for another 90 seconds. Again, what other opportunities are presenting themselves? Something's going on D. These 2 diamonds pop up at the last second. So just drop the bombs there and reset. Just keep looking for those opportunities. Since I know their jet is gone, I can just use this opportunity to instead look at the map and see what else is going on. Where are their tanks? There was a guy on their AA gun at E. He shot at me before on a previous run. So I figure I don't really see anything else. It looks like a juicy target, so see if we can line up some bombs on him. I think he was already gone, though. I don't get a kill here. Do damage the gun, or I don't know if I blew it up, but no damage on a player, so he was probably already dead. We do have a heli up. Let's see if we can line up that shot on him. And see, notice I'm using my roll to set up all of my aims. So all I have to do is pitch up or down, not left or right. So I'm using my A and D keys, which are my roll keys, to give myself the best angle so I can just burst down these helis or the jets. Nice little tank, air to ground. Drop a bomb too. See if we can get some extra damage in. Come away with 1 kill, which again, we take these. And I'm at 38 kills at about a little over the halfway point which means I'm on pace for almost 80 kills. That's the world record, at least according to what's videos or what's been videoed or posted, is 74 kills by Silk. But if this game were to go down to the wire, this could have been world record territory, especially with kill feeds like that. There's another 4-piece. And C is very good hunting grounds right now, whenever the enemy has it. Let's see if we can finish off this tank. You'll see I like to throw in a little bit of a burst from the guns too, because that does a little bit of extra damage to you. Sometimes it's enough to get you that tank kill. Loop around. Let's see if we can finish off this tank. We've hit it a few times. There it is. Just drop the bomb there. And that poor Scooby-Doo guy, I think that's the guy we just killed on the last run too. Just died twice, spawned and died. But sometimes it be that way. He's probably the engineer for the tank, just getting out to try to repair it. I do see it is still alive, so maybe can set myself up for another run. But also keeping an eye out for the jet. See what shows up. And I think I saw him there. Oh, that's just the heli. Again, he's being really aggressive on our side of the map, which I do not like as a jet, because I like my safe space on my side of the map. If I need to run away to that, I do not want a helicopter with multiple AA missiles shooting at me. So he becomes target number 1 whenever they're being aggressive like that. And I also did hear the jet, so this is a little bit of a sketchy area here. I think he's going to try to chase me, so I'm just going to try to do some little loops, make myself a tough target, just in case he is. I do know that he popped his flares. I caught a little glimpse of him before, so he's out of flares, and if I have a teammate locking onto him, then he's about as good as dead. And I think that little fireball was him, so I think a teammate got him. And there's their heli. Just finish it off real quick. And there we go. Skies are clear again. The problem is, though, that now our team has 4 of the 6 points, which means if we don't let them have a little bit more control, the game's going to end pretty quick. So in a weird way, if you're trying to extend the game, you want to stop targeting enemy tanks, because those are the best means for a team to take space on the map. So if I can just find some infantry, that's what I'll be looking for here most. Because those don't have as much of an impact on the game. That is a little buggy. Clear that out. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about killing that, since it doesn't really have much of an impact. But this is kind of where the match turned. Our team kind of gains control of the map and never really gives it up from there. I don't want to lock onto that little buggy there, because no one's actually in it. I was just kind of probing for if there was a tank there. Here I don't really see a whole lot else going on in the map, so might as well just drop some bombs on C, see what happens. And yeah, there's 2. And notice where I drop them. They're right on that little tower, or the little, almost like a courtyard right behind the tower. That's where a lot of the enemy infantry tends to hang out. And we saw the enemy jet there, so just doing the same old. Let's get rid of him real quick, and then go back to bombing. I'm using my A and D keys to set up a good angle before I can finish him. There we go. Someone shot a rocket at me. That's okay. I'll just fly right behind the mountain, let my flare recharge, and then get right back to bombing. I'm seeing some diamonds pop up on F. There's a tank there as well. And then there's a helicopter duel happening over on our side of the map, but our friendly helicopter got it. So just drop these bombs on this guy, but don't hit anything. Restock. Let's see if we can find some other opportunities. Again, there's that tank on kind of near the mountain of F. I don't love going for that again, though, because That's going to basically take away the potential for the enemy to retake points. There, I dropped that bomb right on that little tower. That was probably a little sniper hanging out up there. I'm at 52, hoping the game can last a little bit longer, hoping their tank will push forward. At least I'm getting some good spots over by E. Let's see if we can line something up. Game is pretty much almost over at this point, so now I'm just trying to secure some more kills. Really bummed I didn't find anything there. There were so many spots, and I think I just dropped the bombs right in between the clusters of infantry. But the enemy tickets are draining so dang fast. And now I don't have flares, so I'm just going to go full afterburner to try to break line of sight and get out. Because if someone targets me right now, I'm just kind of an open target for a rocket. And with how fast the enemy tickets are draining, I might only have time for one more bomb run. Not seeing a whole lot of potential on the map here, though, so let's just try to go back to C. I don't think there's really anything there, though. And that'll do it. 54 kills is still really, really good. I'm super happy with that. But you'll see, I mean, 366 to 0. There's still a lot of meat left on those bones, where if this wasn't just a good lobby, but a god lobby, I think we could have been pushing world record territory. So if you get the right lobby, I could actually see someone getting maybe even 100 kills. I think 100 kills is on the table. But yeah, 54 kills in the beta. Super happy with that. Can't wait for the full game. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good one. See ya.